This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Tuesday, August 15th, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. A new state law took effect this summer, allowing Hoosier cities to create their own designated outdoor refreshment areas, or DORAs. The areas allow patrons to walk freely with alcoholic drinks in clearly defined outdoor spaces established by local leaders. State Senator Liz Brown authored the bill.
See larger communities that have the ability to create large outdoor spaces already, but the smaller communities, whether you have a pickle festival or a blueberry festival or whatever it is, right? Covered Bridge Festival. These smaller communities now want to be able to offer that gathering spot. And I think that's where we're really going to see the economic impact.
Some cities hope the new law brings an opportunity to increase foot traffic to local shops and spur new business, especially in smaller communities. Cities such as Jasper, Mishawaka, and Shelbyville are aiming to have DORAs in place by this fall. Governor Eric Holcomb today promoted David Rosenberg to CEO of the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. As the new Indiana Secretary of Commerce, Rosenberg succeeds Brad Chambers, who stepped down from the post after his 2-year contract expired August 6th. Evansville-based plastics manufacturer Berry Global Group has selected Kevin Kwilinski as its next CEO. Kwilinski currently serves as president and CEO of Multicolor Corporation in Ohio and will succeed Tom Salmon, who announced his plans to retire in February. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
For 25 years, we've had the honor of telling the story of Indiana business. More than 1,300 shows, 8,000 interviews. We've traveled from Valparaiso to Versailles, Fort Wayne to Fort Branch, and everywhere in between. And we are just getting started. Our team is passionate about Indiana business because your story is worth telling. Join us every week as we travel the state to bring you Indiana's story. Inside Indiana Business, 25 years and counting.
The saga of a potential sale of U.S. Steel continues. IIB's Kate Sharon has details.
Industrial conglomerate Esmark said Monday it has made an all-cash offer to buy U.S. Steel that values the iconic steelmaker at $7.8 billion, topping an earlier offer from rival Cleveland-Cliffs. On Sunday, U.S. Steel said it had rejected a cash and stock offer from Cleveland-Cliffs that was valued at $7.3 billion. U.S. Steel also said it had received offers for all or parts of the company from several parties and was evaluating its options. Pittsburgh-based Esmark is run by James Bouchard, a former vice president in U.S. Steel's European operations. In an interview, Bouchard said he is interested in modernizing U.S. Steel and keeping the company under American ownership. Besides its steel producing and distribution business, privately held Esmark has operations in aviation, oil and gas exploration, real estate, and other industries. U.S. Steel employs about 4,000 workers in Indiana at multiple plants, including at Gary Works, its largest plant. Cleveland-Cliffs, which acquired ArcelorMittal, including its Indiana Harbor and Burns Harbor mills in 2020, has about 7,000 employees in northwest Indiana. Kate Sharon, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Longtime Kimball Electronics chairman and CEO Don Charron has died, the Jasper-based company announced today. Charron, who retired in February, started at Kimball International in 1999 to lead the Kimball Electronics Group. In 2014, he helped spin off the electronics group from Kimball International to become a publicly traded company. The company credits Charron for building Kimball Electronics to become an almost $2 billion company. He was 59. Louisville-based Conco, a manufacturer of ammunition containers, is planning to expand into southern Indiana. One Southern Indiana said Monday the company plans to invest $54.5 million to purchase, upgrade, and equip the former Tokusin USA facility in Scoutsburg and create up to 175 jobs by the end of 2026. The 310,000-square-foot location will be Conco's first manufacturing operation outside of its Louisville headquarters. Conco is the second company in less than a year to announce plans to locate at the facility. In November 2022, steel and composite products manufacturer GIM, also based in Louisville, said it would invest $18 million to set up shop at the plant. A spokesperson for 1SI said the company is not moving forward with their project as originally announced. Porter County has gotten more than $1 million to clean up waterways contaminated by an industrial chemical. Lakeshore Public Radio's Michael Gallenberger reports.
County engineer Michael Novotny says it's part of the settlement of a class action lawsuit against Monsanto for for its alleged role in manufacturing and distributing polychlorinated biphenyls, or PCBs.
It accumulates readily in the environment, particularly in fish tissue and aquatic organisms. So there's significant contamination across the U.S. in our water bodies.
Novotny told the county commissioners last week that the settlement money can be used for the restoration and remediation of PCB-contaminated waterways within the county. Crooked Creek, Lake Michigan, and the East Branch of the Little Calumet River are among those affected. He says he'll work with the Stormwater Board to determine exactly how the money gets used.
There are impaired water bodies outside of our service area, stormwater service area, so like conservancy districts, town of Chesterton, for example, that we may work together or allow use of some of that funding to those organizations.
Novotny says the settlement money won't cover all the remediation that needs to be done, but it'll make a positive impact. For Lakeshore News, I'm Michael Kallenberger.
Indiana National Guard Major General Dale Lyles is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.